It's Rob!
Tony! And I'm Jeff.
We're in gaming!
And that's you!
Hello gamers and welcome back to the Inn. I'm Rob, of course, or Warshack if you want to call me by my in-game name, and we're going to be knocking out some Oil Rogue today. Like I had said in our Pirate Rogue video, that once we kind of got familiar with the class, we would attempt the Oil Rogue. Again, I am very, very new to Rogue, so if I do some misplays or I'm not, you know, the most efficient at playing this deck, I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure I understand the concepts of the deck enough to easily be able to pull off 3 wins at rank, 8 to 7 without a problem. Maybe even higher if I decide to play it on. So backstab is something we're definitely going to keep. And hopefully we can get some early game. We do not. But having 2 backstabs, if we draw into like an SI agent or like maybe a Van Cleef, that would be fantastic. But we'll see. So Blade Fury, which is nice against when he plays Muster for Battle. If he plays Muster for Battle. Let's accept this friend request and see what he likes. So I wonder why he added me. Let's see if he's from YouTube or maybe from one of our recent player lists. From this secret, we're going to see if it's Noble Sack. We can assume it's Secret Paladin because of the secret he just played, and it is not Noble Sack. So we can kind of bring that down to, it being Avenge, a Redemption, a Repentance, a Competitive Spirit. As long as we know it's not Noble Sack, that is one thing that we know. Alright, so unfortunately we really don't have a ton of things here. We're just going to re-weapon back up. We don't have a turn 3 play, but we do have Shredder on turn 4, so we'll be able to see if that is a... I don't recall him being a player we recently played. He must be from YouTube. We'll see if that's a competitive spirit or not. At the end of his turn this turn. Or no, at the start of his next. Oh, it's not a competitive spirit because, yeah, we know that. I don't know why I keep saying competitive spirit. So I'm going to assume one of those is definitely going to be an Avenge, and the other one is a Noble Sack. So let's backstab this. No, because if we kill it, then it's going to pop the Avenge, and if it comes back to life, I guess it's not too bad. So let's kill this. We'll swing with it. Is it Noble Sack? It is not Noble Sack. It's going to be an Avenge and a Redemption. That's my guess. Redemption, and will the Avenge proc? No Avenge. Okay, so it's when I play a card, probably reduce it down to 1, but I don't really think we have an option here. Do we? I don't think so. I wish I could fan the knives, but we definitely want to pop the spiders or wait for him to muster for battle before. Nope, it's a competitive spirit. Okay, so the first one that was out was a Redemption, and then the one you just previously played when you played Secret Keeper was competitive spirit. So either way, it's going to take both his creatures to kind of go into my Shredder. We sent that guy another question mark. I always like to find out like who's adding me, so I can at least like put them in a category and I know who they are. Because if it's just like a random player who adds me, it's like, oh, you are an opponent. It's kind of like I gotta save my spots for the followers. A lot of you guys have been adding me recently, which is fine with me. I just gotta make room, or hopefully don't run out of room. So from here, we're at a little bit of a sticky situation. What do we do? We're going to throw down the poison, probably attack into his. Oh no, we're not attacking into anything. I'm gonna ask for a deck list. After the game, of course. What do we say? Sure thing. How would you like that done? Like email? Yeah. And then we're still in a sticky situation. I was hoping by typing to him we would find ourselves in a better situation when we came back to reality, but we did not. I think we just end it. If that attack would have went through, that would have been great, because then he wouldn't really have much damage on the field. I'm not really worried about a spider and or a 1/1. But because of this, it's not so great. Swinging for 2, played Lothab. I was looking for some guy on my friends list who I recently had talked to see if he had removed me or not. He like added me because I played Fatigue Warrior. And he's like, I like Fatigue Warrior! And then he like disappeared. He like just didn't say anything after that. So we Azure Drake, see if we can draw. Lothab, not the best draw. The fact that he played Lothab when he did was really bad because now we can't. That turn we weren't able to use any of our secrets. Gonna ask for a deck list and then he logs off. So how am I supposed to? What is this? This is shenanigans. I'm just gonna remove you. I was gonna ask for a deck list. Log off. Well, okay. It's probably just gonna go face. Secret Paladin. Secret Pally does what a Secret Pally wants. What are you gonna play, bro? Decisions in a Secret Paladin deck normally are not that hard. Blessings of the King. You should Blessings of the King the 1/1. Just to let you know. No, don't Blessings to the King, the Secret Keeper, because that can be silenced. As you're 1-1, you want to make your opponent have to... Oh, God. Unless he wants to make a trade into the Azure Drake and not want to have it left at 1 HP. Okay, so he's just going to go face with it anyway? Are you kidding me? Coin into a 3-drop Coghammer? Muster? Muster? Okay. Alright, so he is leaving himself prone. Never mind. I was going to say he's going to leave the Azure Drake up, and we're going to be able to Fan of Knives for a ton of damage. But we're still going to be able to, I believe, clear his field here and live, which is surprising. So, backstab the Keeper. Then we're going to Fan of Knives to see what we draw. And then we can Eviscerate the Loatheb. And then we can... Do we Blade Fury for 3, leaving them both at 1? Or do we... Yeah. There we go. Kills them both. End our turn. So as long as he doesn't draw Mysterious Challenger, I think this game is won. Because next turn we can Loatheb, SI Agent, and then the following turn we can weapon up, Eviscerate, or play a card, whatever we draw in the next 2 turns, Eviscerate, and then Oil. So let's see what we draw. A Deadly Poison, which is a great startup for the Oil. Great little procker. It's going to summon 4 1/1s. This could potentially be disastrous, but I think it's okay. Oh god, hopefully that's not a Competitive Spirit. Or an Avenge. No, Avenge would be fine. That was a really nice draw, by the way. So let's see if this is Avenge. It is not. Alright, Blade Fury. Doesn't matter if it's Avenge or not. It was a Redemption, that would have been fine. And we're going to hit him for 2 and end our turn. So normally, I guess we could have just, like, re-weaponed there. No, we couldn't have because we used our weapon anyway. Yeah, so that's fine. So as long as he doesn't draw... Alright, it's True Silver. Is he going to go face or is he going to hit the 3? So he's going to hit the 3? Yep, he's going to hit 3. So good choice on his part. It would have been kind of scary if he went face, though, because 2 hits with that, and then I'm at 1s, and then I would die to a Consecration. Ooh, the Antique Healbot's nice. But do we play it this turn? I don't think we're really worried about him hitting lethal. So if we weapon, hit the 1/1, we might... Nah, we should just Loatheb, and then I think we'll be okay. And we can actually hit face with this. Get him down as low as possible, push lethal next turn, because we can Deadly Poison, Tinker our Deadly Poison, then Oil. Not that we couldn't have done that combo last turn anyway, so it might have been good to see if he like played like a taunt or something. But not that that would have went through his Sludge Belcher anyway if he played a taunt, which would have been the only taunt in his deck. Okay, so he's at 12, and that is a... Oh my gosh, of course the Coghammer to make that into a taunt card. Gee willikers. Alright, so we're going to swing into that with our weapon, probably refresh the weapon, hit it in with the Loatheb, and then play the Antique Healbot to get us out of that horrible range of being able to him consecrating. We're going to weapon up and end our turn. Or we could Deadly Poison, or we could just end it and save the it to be a combo for the Oil. Which is a really good thing for the 1-drop. So, alright, and I'm just going to assume the Oil is going to land on the Antique Healbot, because that's normally a card I would not want it to land on. I'd want it to land on the Loatheb. So let's see if it lands on the Antique Healbot. Oh, it landed on the Loatheb. Nice. So we're going to swing for game. Nice. What a comeback. We beat Dell. Dell Computers went down. Alright, so we are, for those of you who are new, of course, we're going to play 3 ranked games. That was one of them. And let's knock out a second game here. We'll talk about the deck list during the end. It is a little bit weird because we are playing 2 Piloted Shredders instead of 2 Antique Healbots. There's no Sludge Belchers in this deck. And we're also only playing 1 Sap, and normally this Oil Rogue runs 2 Saps. So I'll explain my reasoning. Alright, so I think we're going to get rid of this entire hand. I'm not feeling it. Not feeling it one bit. Actually, we'll keep Eviscerate because it could be Mage. It's like the same fucking hand. Alright, never mind. Blade Fury was the same, but the Deadly Poison is nice. And then the Deadly... Oh, Backstab's also really nice. And the coin with the Deadly Poison into Eviscerate's really nice. So if he starts playing a lot of mechs, we'll be able to deal with it really easily. This is a great hand versus Mage. So we're going to weapon up, end our turn. Of course, never attack with the weapon this early on. We want to definitely get all the charges out of it when it has the most attack as possible when we use our Deadly Weapon. Or Deadly Poison. I don't know why I keep saying Deadly Weapon. Alright, So, do we coin into the Shredder? Let's attack. See if it's Freeze Mage. Doesn't look like it is. We're going to re-weapon back up and end our turn. We're going to save coin for the what is it? Violet Teacher. I don't think coining out the Shredder is too important right now because we don't want to give him a Shredder. Which I feel like that's a mere entity. Even though it looks like we are going to probably give him a Shredder. I guess, let's see if that's a mere entity. It's not. So that means it's an effigy or a counter spell. And if it's a counter spell, we'll just coin. But we'll coin when we have maybe a Violet Teacher out or when we have to coin. So we'll see how it all turns out. We're also going against someone, again, 1 rank higher than us. Because last game we went against a 7, and this game we're going against a 7. Normally it pairs us up with an 8. But if you're, like, really close, it seems that if you're, like, really close to the next rank, from whatever rank you're at, it pairs you up with someone of the next rank, but really low. So it's, like, tries to, I guess, make it as close as possible, but most of the time it's, like, a rank higher. So he played Piloted Shredder anyway, even though he didn't Mirror Entity it. So I think Azure Drake is a good card here to play to see what we can draw into, even though our hand is absolutely huge as is. And then from here, we can actually backstab his Shredder for 3 because the Azure Drake is out. Or we could just... we can't attack with our weapon, so coining would be kind of pointless. So hopefully it's not in a counterspell, which it's not. So, which makes me think, oh, effigy. Okay, should have saw that coming. So it's a 2-5 and a 4-3. Wow, fuck my life. So it looks like we were going to hit the... Man, oh man, that sucks. Yeah, we'll just hit this, call it a day. The Dire Wolf is nice, but it's just going to die to his 2-5, and then his, what is it called? His Water Elemental is going to hit my face, so I can't attack with my weapon, but then he still is kind of prone to an Eviscerate next turn. Yeah, so he's definitely going to attack face with the Water Elemental, but we have to kill that 2-5, never mind, because we can't Eviscerate the Water Elemental because of that 2-5. So he's going to play Mana Worm. I guess we could Deadly Poison Blade Fury. And it's going to do 4. Never fucking mind. As our Drake is down, it would do 3. Oh, man, this guy. This guy right now. He is making moves. Alright, do we Shredder? To put a card on the board? We're at 21 health. Against what looks to be a Tempo Mage. We need to kill... Well, we can't cast spells on anything, so we have to kill the 2-5 first. Before we do anything.
So many.
Turn 7 into him. So as long as he doesn't play like a Dr. Boom, it's not too bad, but it's not looking good. Some combos we could probably get SI Agent into a Blade Fury. Or from Blade Fury. So we Blade Fury, we kill the Mana Worm. Then we can SI Agent down the 2-5. We still have to deal with the Water Elemental, but the Water Elemental would die to the SI Agent. If he doesn't kill the SI Agent with the Water Elemental, we can Eviscerate it next turn. Or we can Shredder and then Eviscerate it. We can actually double Eviscerate next turn if he plays another card with 4 health. But I think he's going to go face with that Water Elemental because he wants me to stay frozen. Yeah, he wants me to stay frozen. And he knows I have to deal with the Water Elemental anyway. So, there's really no point. He would have been really silly to kill my SI Agent with the Water Elemental. So as long as this isn't... Okay, Flame Strike my 3-3. Alright. I like this guy. I like his plays. I like what he does. So we're going to Shredder and then Eviscerate the 3-3. So now we can finally use our weapon to deal some damage. We're unfrozen. We're only at 18 health, so we've only lost 12 health. And we still have an NT Killbot in our hand, which is really nice. Because that puts us back up pretty high. Okay, Ragnaros, which is going to die to Big Game Hunter. I wouldn't even mind if... Actually, don't hit face. There we go. I was going to say I don't mind if this hits face, but I actually do mind because I didn't... Like, that's only 10 HP. So, Big Game Hunter, of course. Then we're going to throw down the NT Keelbot because... not that he could burst me down from 18, but there's never going to be a good time to play a 3-3 with 5 mana. And we also only had, like, an agent in our hand to combo with. And dealing an extra 2 damage, but the same 3-3 stats on the board is just not worth it. Plus, we got the full heal through the NT Keelbot. So we could have played SI Agent to deal 2. But I'd rather use that combo to deal 2 to a creature and make, like, a variable trade. So if he plays like a card with 6 HP right now, we could potentially, you know, play the SI, deal 2 to it, and then smack into it with our Big Game Hunter, and really only use 3 mana to kill it. And Big Game Hunter already got its value out of killing a Ragnaros, so... Big Game Hunter is just such a good card. Like, even though it's 7 attack or more, which is like, it puts a lot of cards out of range, like, you know, Tyrion, a Mysterious Challenger, Archmage, it kills Dr. Boom, you know, Rag, Alexstrasza, Gromash. There's just a lot of cards that Big Game Hunter does kill. And it only costs 3 mana, so it's not even like... It's really expensive. Fell Reaver. So he's going to ping off the TKO bot. Okay, so it looks like we're going to make a favorable trade with his... Oh, man. Did that just come from his fucking ability? Let's check that out. No, that was in his hand. Okay. Alright, it is teacher time. And then how do we want to use this? We going to use prep, or are we just going to eviscerate and then you just attack into it? Or do we want to deal 2 and then swing in with it to a Noyotron? Or do we want to eviscerate? I think we eviscerate it. And we weapon up. And then we smack it in the face for 1. It's only 4 damage to the face. We're at 27 life. And we're going to heal for 1. So it's only like taking 3. Because the succubus is going to heal us. The succubi. Alright, so I really don't see... He already wasted his Flame Strike, so we're not really worried about that in particular. I guess we'd be still prone to Dr. Boom. Polymorph to our 3-5, okay. An Explosive Sheep, fuck my life. Alright, so this may not be Tempo Mage. It seemed like it was Tempo Mage, but Tempo Mage doesn't run Explosive Trap. He got a fucking Hunter Secret? Alright, let's see what that is. I wonder if it's a Frozen Trap, or an Explosive Trap. Bear Trap? Snipe? Swing? Not a Frozen Trap, not a Bear Trap. It could be a Snipe. Let's play this. Snipe it is. Let's see what we draw. You were missed target, Snipe. It was like over a little bit. Alright, so it looks like we're just going to deal 3 to his face to put a 3-3 on board. Again, normally don't like dealing 2 to face just to summon a 3-3, but we have nothing really that does any damage on board. So at least a 3-3 is something. 2 preps in our hand, so obviously we want to draw into the sprint. That'd be the ideal card, because then we could double sprint into prep, or double sprint, which would make... Actually, don't double prep. That'd be dumb. Because it's like prep into... I don't know if you can double prep or not. I'll have to research that. Because I've heard if you prep once, if you play prep... Oh, there's sprint. Thank fucking God. So, there's... Actually, yeah, let's just play it. I'm not going to test that theory right now. Okay. Lothob's Ninth. Violet Teacher is nice. Wow. Okay. So that's a really nice draws from us. We have a full refill hand. He has no cards in hand and only a Sledge Belcher on board. So do we just Lothab so we can't like cast spells, or do we Violet Teacher and go ham? I think we just Lothab. Just so he can't, you know, cast any spells next turn, like an Arcane Intellect. Actually, he could, but then it wouldn't really do him good, because then he'd spend 8 mana to draw 2 cards, and he would only be able to use his passive. So he's going to kill off the agent. That makes sense. It's going to have 2 left, which is going to be... It's going to be prone to our weapon next turn. Not that it wouldn't have been prone to our weapon before. Sap. Obviously going to save that. Violet Teacher before we cast any spells. Or do we just sap it now and don't cast spells? Why wouldn't we bring out 1/1s? Why would we cast sap now? It's almost dead. We just want to kill it with our weapon. Well, can we push lethal? Because if we sap it, and then we Tinker Oil, and then we swing face, that'd be 3. That'd be 9. That'd be pretty close to the game, but it wouldn't be game. Yeah, I think it's like 1 or 2 off. So hopefully it puts it on Lothab. Hey, buddy. So we'll just swing into it. Yeah, because that'd been 12, and then another 4, that'd be 16. Yeah, so it would have been a 1 off lethal. So we're going to swing into this. Have our Lothab swing into that. Or we could just Blade Fury for 4, and then Lothab could swing for face. I think that's a good plan. So the other way brings the Sledge Belcher back to his hand so we can play it again, and we deal relatively the same amount of damage. Or this way we have our decent field, we've got a card that's super buffed, and we save sap for if he played anything. So he runs double Flame Strike. Wow. He's going to ping off our Teacher, and now he's just going to hope that we can't do 5 damage in 1 turn. Which I don't think we can. Unless we have Dr. Boom. Which we're going to play and then swing face with our weapon. And I think that's going to be game this game. And we save sap, just in case he plays Belcher, which we know he will play Belcher, because that's probably the only thing he has. Ooh, and TKO bot. Fuck my life. No, we did. Why would he play fucking Belcher? We killed Belcher. We didn't sap it. But if we did sap it, then he would play Belcher. My bad. Alright, it looks like we win. Okay. I don't know why he would play Belcher. Why I said he was going to play Belcher. Alright, so we're rank 7, 1 more, and we go on our sweet win streak. Who have we gone? We gone against a Mage. Let's see if we can go against like a Druid. Let's see if we can get like a face Druid and shit on his face. Or a hunter. Hunter would be nice. Ooh, okay, so we got a hunter. Sweet. I like to show off, like, if we play the same class 3 times, it kind of sucks. But if we play, like, the Secret Paladin, you know, and then we play a Mage that was probably playing Giant's Mage or something. I don't know what the fuck he's playing. And now we're going to play Hunter. We see, like, 3 different kind of classes, so you can kind of see how to play this deck versus each one of those classes. And I know three ranked games and winning all 3 isn't a huge indicator of, like, it's not the most in-depth deck guide, but, I mean, it's what I can do with what I got. I understand 3 games really isn't enough to wrap your head around an entire deck, but I do my best. So I think we just weapon here and smack into the web spinner. And then turn 3, we do not have an activator for the SI agent, which kind of sucks. Hey, look, he's rank 8 and we're rank 7, which means since we're so low in 7, he's high up in 8, he's going to probably be really close to getting rank 7. But we're not going to let him. Sorry, bro. Alright, so we're just going to agent anyway and end our turn. Normally, we could have smacked face with a weapon and re-weapon, but against a hunter, you need to have some sort of field presence early on in the game, because if not, they will run you the hell over. Once you lose board presence, it's over. Like, it's just one of those things against hunters that you just can't give up. All right, so I think we just Shredder and end turn here, or we swing into this and take 4 to the face. We're at 28 health, so we can afford to take some damage, and he might make that play for us anyway next turn to kill our 3-3 with his 4-4. Or he might swing his 4-4 into our Shredder. Who the fuck knows? But I think we can afford to not kill this turn. Because if we attack into it anyway and our 3-3 dies, it's the same as him attacking face with that 4-4 this turn and our Shredder making contact with that 4-4 next turn. And we wouldn't even have to really deal with that, because if we draw an activator for that Eviscerate, we can actually kill that 4-4 without losing our 3-3, and we would have still taken 4 anyway. So, that's that. Sorry if that was confusing. Of course, we'll talk about the deck list at the end, for those of you who, you know, are new. I mentioned that before, my bad. And again, I'll mention this. I am very, very new to Oil Rogue. I am no pro at Oil Rogue. I know I am only rank 7 at Oil Rogue. And I know, I am not a pro at Oil Rogue. So I'm doing my best. We had a recommendation for me to play Rogue a little bit more often, which I do enjoy it. I'm just not that great at it. So we're going to throw down the Thalamus. If it's a snipe, it's going to die. And if it dies, we draw a card. And we're going to hit that with our Eviscerate. Again, we would have taken 4 anyway if we would have hit it with our weapon next turn. We would swing with our 3-3. To see what it is. A Frozen Trap. Okay, this is good. It returns it to our hand. We did not want our Shredder returning to our hand. And with the SI agent returning to our hand, we'll be able to get benefit out of its deal 2 damage anyway. The problem with that play is if it was a Bear Trap and we attacked with our agent first, then we would have lost our Shredder and dealing 1 more damage. Alright, so Thalamus is going to die. I can't believe that card came out of Web Spinner. What's the chances? But at least he played that. No, there'd be no other card that would be really good against. I think that's the only 1 attacker less in my deck, or 2 attacker less in my deck, so good job, bro. Besides, like, Dr. Boom's Shielded Mini-Bots. Shielded Mini-Bots. We're going to Loatheb here, and we're going to swing face, and end our turn, because we would have had to pretty much, yeah. So let me see if I can explain this better. So we Violet Teacher, there's no combo for it besides re-upping with our weapon, and there's no point to do that. And then if we would have attacked his Kodo Rider, our Shredder would have died, and he obviously was going to kill the Shredder with the Kodo Rider this turn anyway, so it was better just to deal the 4 damage and save the charge on our weapon, if that makes sense. Alright, so from here, Kodo Rider's at 1 health, so that's easy to kill. We definitely need to get rid of Savannah Highmane somehow, and then we have, after that, we have 2 agents in our hand that deal 2 damage each that can kill the Highmanes, or the 2/2s after that. But without a doubt, Savannah Highmane cannot make contact with our face, because the rule is if Savannah Highmane hits my face 1 time, I lose. That's just the way it is. That's how hunters roll. So we could actually Violet Teacher. Okay, so we can take 3 to the face. That's fine. We're going to re-weapon back up. We can Violet Teacher. We can hit Loatheb into Savannah Highmane. Backstab. No. We can backstab this, yeah. And then we can hit it with the SI agent. Oh, no. Can't hit it with the SI agent. Fuck. Hopefully. Oh, my God. No. I fucked this all up. We're going to swing for 8. We got to go face, boys. We changed this whole plan around. We're going face. Hopefully he doesn't have lethal next turn. So, a better plan I could have done before I ran out of time and was freaking out. We could have killed the Savannah Highmane with Loatheb, played the Violet Teacher, backstab one of the 2/2s, and then use our SI agent to kill the other 2/2, leaving him with only the Spider on board. and giving us a Violet Teacher, a 1/1, and an SI Agent on the board with a 2/3. So we done fucked up, boys. Alright, so Teacher time. And we're going to kill off one of the 2/2s. And then we're going to kill the other 2/2 off with our 2/3. And then I believe we're going to swing face with our 4 weapon. And then next turn, hopefully, if he doesn't play a taunt, we're going to be able to give our weapon +3 attack. It's going to be a 7, and then we're going to SI Agent him to the face, even though our SI Agent costs 5. And the whole combination, oh god, please don't be a King Crush. Please don't be a Web Spitter. Yes. I think we win, boys. Unless the Animal Companions into, like, the Misha, we win. I'm not sure if we would have done another play. I guess we could. The other play we did, which could have done the last turn with the Savannah High Main, could have been fine. It really doesn't matter as long as, I suppose, nope, even if it's a Frozen Trap, it's fine. Even an Explosive Trap, it's fine. I guess the only thing I would, nope, not even a Bear Trap is fine. Doesn't matter. The game is over. So, Deadly Poison onto this, swing in with this, see what it is. It's an Explosive Trap, it doesn't really matter. And then we're going to SI Agent to the face for 2 more, and that's going to be 3 wins in a row. So it was kind of questionable, the move I did before, to hit for 8 in the face with Lothab. Was it worth it? It looks like it was because we won, but it's lucky that we had that SI Agent in our hand because it got Frozen Trap back to our hand. So, I'm not really sure what the best play was there. Whether it was the kill the Savannah High Main, get huge tempo, or go for the face game, and hopefully he doesn't play a taunt. So either way it would have worked out, I suppose, but this way, I mean, we were guaranteed to win, because obviously we did, but it could have been seen as a mistake not killing the Savannah High Main the way I said we should have. Okay, anyway, we'll talk about the deck list, and we'll go off from there. So, backstab, actually, I'm just going to kind of group these into things that are just, you obviously should have, and that's going to be backstab. We've seen why that's good. Preparation with sprint is the absolute best. It allows you to draw 4 cards for 4 mana. It also combos well with Violet Teacher and or any other spell like Fan of Knives. Deadly Poison with this fantastic card, Blade Fury. I'm not going to explain that. That's your field clear. Eviscerate is pretty much your 2-drop, most of the time deal 4 to 5 damage card, so that can go face or kill a creature. Sap, we're actually okay, so we're running 1 of this and not 2 because I've replaced Sap with the extra Paladin Shredder, and I found that this is good because normally when you play Violet Teacher on turn 4, it most likely dies the next turn if your opponent can do anything about it. But with the Shredder, it's a little stickier, so even if they kill it, it grants you that extra card that allows you to keep the field in your favor. And I found a huge problem with rogue decks is that most of the time, the field isn't yours. Like, you're basing off the whole deck off comboing with the oil to deal a large quantity of damage over the course of 2 turns. The upside of this is if you can pull it off, you most likely win. The problem is with this is if you don't draw oil and or if your opponent has any sort of taunt, you lose. And that's the whole point of Sap is when they play the taunt, you can get rid of it. But I found this deck to be a little bit more consistent is if you're not worrying about pulling off that just 1 turn combo so much as being able to handle the field in a way at which you are able to keep field control most of the time, and then the combo is just something to finish him off or to get past the big creature, not so much your only win condition. So that's just my take on it. I'm sure there's quite a few other takes, and I'm sure people play the deck way better than me, and they'll be able to explain why 2 saps is better, but just my style of play and the way I enjoy the deck. 1 sap does just what I need it to do, and 2 saps, I don't need, you know, that 1 turn burst so much that I would need 2 saps to continuously get rid of creatures, even though Sap is a great card. So if you want to throw in the second Sap, go right ahead. I don't take out, you know, the Shredder and throw in another Sap, or take out the, you know, what's another card you could take out? Big Game, I don't know. Even though I would not recommend taking out Big Game, or take out the other Blade Fury. But I actually had the Blade Fury in there because of all the Paladins we're seeing that rush the field. Also, Rush Druid, it works really well against them. Same with Egg Druid. Works well with them. So, the Thalamus, this is pretty much a staple in the deck. It seems like it wouldn't be, but the +1 spell damage is really helpful when doing, you know, Eviscerate and or Blade Fury. So, definitely keep, and Fan of Knives, so just keep that in mind. We're running 1 Fan of Knives instead of 2, and that is because I found, if I play 2, I always draw into it, seems, by turn 3, and if I'm not going against a Paladin, if I'm going like against a Warrior and or what's another good example? Like a Warrior, or a Freeze Mage, or just some other class that doesn't summon a bunch of low drop creatures, it's kind of useless. It is a cycle card, so it allows you to draw 1, but how good is it to pay 3 mana to draw 1 card when you're supposed to be, you know, building up the field and looking to, you know, set up for a good combo? So There's that. Big Game Hunter, this is obviously, I've been over that and explained why it's so good. It's pretty much your only huge removal in this deck besides, using Eviscerate or Blade Fury combo. So save that Big Game for Dr. Boom or something you definitely need to get rid of. The SI agents are fantastic. We know why. We're actually running 2 oils instead of 1 because I found that even if you use this card to give your weapon only +3 attack and not the creature 2, it's still good form of removal and damage. Along with that, if you're running 1 and you have to use it, like I said, to, just give your weapon the extra +3 to get past a taunt minion or to, keep board control, you do not have another one in the deck to fall back on to, pull off that cool combo or just to use as a good tempo play. So that's why I'm running 2. You can actually bring down... normal deck is this: you run 1 oil, 2 fan of knives, and 2 saps, and then get rid of the shredder. So you're only wanting 1 shredder, but I've changed it to the way I like it. That's just me. I've explained why 2 shredders, 2 violet teachers, because of all the spells in the deck and all the combos you pull off. Summoning a bunch of 1/1s is really useful when going against aggro decks and or just keeping huge board control. The antique heal bot, this deck has no form of heal whatsoever, so playing a heal bot or playing a sludge belcher and or heal bot allows you to put a guard up in front of yourself and or heal yourself back up. That's why that's good. 2 Azure Drakes, not going to explain that. The Loatheb allows you to set up for that combo, like I was saying, and when you play them, it makes your opponent so they have to play a creature, and that creature normally gets sapped, like I mentioned before. The Sprint, I've kind of shown you why that's good, and also kind of explained why it's good with the preparation. And then Dr. Boom, because there's just no other 7-drop like it, and he's broken as hell. So, with all of this said, hopefully you've kind of understand the ways of the Oil Rogue. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, and or things you'd like to say in the comment section below, feel free to. I'm here to answer all of those. I think that's pretty much it. And, of course, like always, guys, I'm Warshack, and happy whatever the hell day it is.